Good morning, student. I am Rakhi Singh, Assistant Professor at Mahila College, Ara. Today I am going to discuss the structure and function of DNA, and this topic is for BSc Part 3, Paper 6. So let us first see what is DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, and it is the genetic material of most of the living organism except a few viruses which has RNA as a genetic material. DNA is a long polymer of deoxyribonucleotide. So let us first understand what is ribonucleotide, deoxyribonucleotide. DNA is discovered by Avery McCarty and MacLeod discovered that DNA is genetic material in 1944, followed by Franklin, which produced X-ray diffraction picture to show that DNA has helical structure, and 1950 Chargaff gave base pairing rule, and 1953 it was Watson and Crick together deduced the double helix structure of DNA. So let us understand the structure of DNA, its chemical composition. DNA is a long polymer of deoxyribonucleotide. So let us first understand what is deoxyribonucleotide. It is made up of three moieties, three things: a phosphate group, a pentose sugar called deoxyribose sugar, which is 5-carbon sugar, and nitrogenous bases. So let us see what are the type of nitrogenous bases and what is the term nucleoside and nucleotide mean. So you can see here in this flow chart, nucleoside. What is nucleoside? Sugar plus nitrogenous base makes nucleoside. Nitrogenous base are of two types. One is purine and second is pyrimidine. Purine is of two types, which is double ringed structure, guanine and adenine, whereas pyrimidine is single ring, cytosine and thymine. Uracil is however present in RNA. And sugar is again of two types, ribose sugar and deoxyribose sugar. But in case of DNA, deoxyribose sugar is present, and in case of RNA, ribose sugar is present. So when sugar and phosphate combine, it forms nucleoside. And when sugar, nitrogenous base and phosphate combine, it forms nucleotide, as you can see in this picture. So one nucleotide is one sugar group, phosphate group and nitrogenous base. It can be anything starting from adenine, cytosine, guanine or thymine. So this is the general composition of nucleotide, which is having three moieties: phosphate group, sugar and bases. Bases can be anything, either purine or pyrimidine. So its name also varies. This is the base shown for adenine, so it forms adenylic acid. If it is thymine, it will make thymidyllic acid, or cytosine, cytidyllic acid, or guanine, guanylic acid, deoxyguanylic acid. So this way there are four types of nucleotide in DNA. They are deoxyadenylic acid, deoxyguanylic acid, deoxycytidyllic acid or thymidyllic acid. Similarly, it has also 4 types of nucleoside, which we are not discussing right now because DNA is a polymer of nucleotide. So let us just go through the structure of the DNA. It is a double helical structure, you can see, and it runs anti-parallel to each other, which is having sugar phosphate backbone, and the base pairs are toward inside, and purine always pairs with the pyrimidine. That is why, though the internal diameter of the helix remains constant, both fit together and there is no space left. If two pyrimidine will pair, then there will be enough space left in the helix, and if two purine will pair, they will not be able to pair properly because of the difference in size. Purine are double ring structure and pyrimidines are single ring structure. So if purine pairs with pyrimidine, then they fit in the 20 angstrom diameter of double helical structure of DNA. Let us see contribution of Chargaff in this base pairing rule. Chargaff proposed equivalence rule, which suggests that despite wide compositional variation exhibited by different type of DNA in different organism, the total amount of purine equals to the total amount of pyrimidine. That is, A plus G, adenine plus guanine, equals thymine plus cytosine. It means, it also implies A equal G and C equals T, and the base ratio A plus T is constant for a species, but it varies from one species to another. So therefore, this ratio can be used to identify a particular species and also to study their phylogenetic relationship and evolutionary significance in modern biology. It has been similar for all living organism, even bacteria, viruses, plants and animal. This purine, amount of purine and is equal to total amount of pyrimidine, and this is known as Chargaff base equivalence rule. Next is salient feature of Watson-Crick model of the DNA. So as we have seen in the figure, it is double helical structure and it has diameter of about 20 angstrom, and the two strands run anti-parallel to each other which means that if one strand is having 3' to 5' end, the other will have 5' to 3' end, and 3' to 5' end is actually if we see the structure of detailed structure of deoxyribose sugar, which has 5 carbon and the two ends are free, that is either at the 5' position either or its opposite side, that is 3' end is free. So if it is 3' end of the sugar is free, then it is 3' end, and if 5' end is free, then it is 3' to 5' end. So this way the anti-parallel strand runs in opposite direction, so that becomes 5' to 3'. So two strands are anti-parallel, and helix make one turn every 34 angstrom with 10 base pair per turn, and therefore internucleotide distance become 3.4 angstrom or 3.34 nanometer. Diameter of helix is 20 angstrom. Sugar and phosphate form the backbone of the DNA. Helix has major and minor groove, and two strands are complementary, means they are not similar but complementary, means we can find out if we know the base pair of one, because we know A pairs with T with double hydrogen bond and C pairs with G with triple hydrogen bond. So purine always pairs with pyrimidine with double hydrogen bond and triple hydrogen bond respectively, and the coil, this structure which was proposed by Watson and Crick is B form of DNA, that is right handed, and number of base per turn is 10. Types of bond in DNA. So bonding is very important because it is a macromolecule much bigger than any protein. So it has three types of bond. One is glycosidic bond, phosphodiester bond and hydrogen bond. So glycosidic bond is formed between nitrogenous base and pentose sugar. This bond is known as glycosidic bond. And second bond is phosphodiester bond. So between two nucleotide, this bond is known as phosphodiester bond between phosphoric acid molecule and hydroxyl group of the two sugar, forming ester linkage. So that bond between two nucleotide is called phosphodiester bond, and hydrogen bond is formed between adenine and thymine by double hydrogen bond, and cytosine and guanine pair by triple hydrogen bond. So three types of bond is seen. And types of DNA, normally there are it is categorized on the basis of some are linear and circular DNA found in prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell, mostly linear DNA is found which has free end, and it is associated with protein to form number of chromosome, whereas in prokaryotic cell circular DNA is found in mitochondria, plastid of eukaryotic cell also, and they form single chromosome. And single stranded and double stranded DNA is also seen in different organism. In some bacteriophage, Shy174, the single stranded DNA is present, and double stranded DNA is found in all cell except some viruses. And trophic and genetic DNA is also seen in case of Paramecium. They are having the macromolecules control vegetative function, and micronucleus control the reproductive function, so that some DNA are not associated with reproductive function are known as trophic DNA. And coding and non-coding DNA. Non-coding DNA does not form functional product, whereas coding DNA sequence code for protein, RNAs and histone. And A, B, C, D, E and Z forms of different forms of DNA is there on the basis of number of base pair and coiling. It has been categorized as different forms of the DNA, which we are not going to discuss in detail over here. So let us now see the function of the DNA. So the most important function of DNA is it contains the genetic information for all living organism, and it give all the direction to the cell how it would be. And second is replication. Due to its replication property, it can transfer genetic information from one generation to the next. And variation, due to recombination and mutation, DNA brings variation, which is raw material for evolution and origin of new species. DNA fingerprinting, it is an essential tool in forensic science which help to find out the paternity test and finding criminals. DNA can be also helpful in gene therapy. Defective heredity can be corrected by incorporating correct gene in place of defective gene. DNA repair, proofreading activity of DNA polymerase help in replacing mismatched base pair left after DNA replication. And genetic engineering, that is biotechnology, all genetically modified organism has been produced with desirable characteristic only due to catalytic function of the DNA. So DNA is the most important macromolecule in the cell, which help it to function properly and give the information to the cell to carry out all the activity of the cell, and also it transfer the information, heredity information from one generation to the next.